Hello there, thanks for joining me this Monday. I'm Muhammad Ahmad Hamdan and these are tonight's headlines. Singapore court orders return of 1MDB money to Malaysia. Deputy Home Minister's aide arrested over upskirt incident. And Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma confirms retirement. We begin this evening with the Singapore State Court ordering the return of about 15.3 million Singapore dollars or 45.9 million ringgit to Malaysia in what is believed to be just a small portion of monies misappropriated from the One Malaysia development Berhad 1MDB and its former subsidiary SRC International. A Singapore-based law firm, Tan, Raja and Chia, said in a statement that efforts to recover other unlawfully misappropriated assets are ongoing, adding that efforts include gathering evidence, tracking down witnesses and establishing a money trail of the stolen funds. The monies were recovered in various currencies from 1MDB and SRC International, and that the funds will be transferred to a special 1MDB recovery account in Kuala Lumpur. Malaysia earlier appointed the legal firm to recover billions of ringgit linked to the state fund, which was reportedly kept in Singapore under the names of 53 individuals, including business mogul Low Teck Joe, who is wanted by the authorities probing the scandal. In 2016, Singapore authorities said they had seized 240 million Singapore dollars in cash and properties as a result of investigations into 1MDB-related fund flows through the country.
Meanwhile, the government has welcomed the Singapore State's court order to return the partially misappropriated funds from 1MDB and SRC International amounting to 45.93 million ringgit to the country. In a statement, Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng regards the move as only the starting phase to bring back monies linked to the scandal-ridden state investment vehicle. The monies returned, he said, was but a small portion of a massive amount that needs to be repatriated to Malaysia. Apart from thanking AG Tommy Thomas, Lim also hopes that other decisions involving numerous 1MDB assets, which are currently under consideration, would also be favourable to Malaysia.
Police have confirmed the arrest of the aide to Deputy Home Minister Dato Aziz Jaman for outraging the modesty of a woman at 1 p.m. today. This after Dato Aziz sacked the 47-year-old aide with immediate effect after he was caught using his mobile phone to record an upskirt video of a woman at an optometry shop. Dato Aziz says the move was made following a police report. The incident reportedly took place at about 11 a.m. on September 8th when the Deputy Minister was undergoing an eye check at a clinic. The CCTV footage, which has since gone viral online, clearly shows the aide recording a video under the optician's skirt when she was busy conducting an eye test on Dato Aziz. In a statement on his Facebook page, Dato Aziz regards the action as disgusting and vile, and affected his image and credibility as Deputy Home Minister, as well as the office of the Deputy Minister. Dato Aziz has also apologized for the aide's actions and reassured that his behavior had nothing to do with the other officers working with him. Police today obtained an extended 3-day remand order for Samirah Muzaffar, the wife of Cradle Fund CEO Nasreen Hassan, to facilitate an investigation into his murder case. The 43-year-old suspect was previously remanded for 7 days, beginning last Tuesday. Petaling Jaya Magistrates Court, Magistrate Nurul Huda Zakaria had allowed only a 3-day extension, as opposed to the 7-day extension requested by the police. The widow's lawyer Hisham Teh told reporters that he had complained about the additional duration, which he claimed was tantamount to an interrogation and not an investigation. The widow was brought to the courtroom at about 11 a.m. through a separate passageway, away from the media. Also seen at the court complex were the widow's close friends and relatives. Nasreen died on June 14th at his home in Mutiara Homes in Petaling Jaya, initially believed to have been from a fire caused by an exploding handphone. On August 3rd, Selangor Criminal Investigation Department Chief SAC Fazil Ahmad said that Nasreen's death has been reclassified as murder under Section 302 of the Penal Code. This following a laboratory test result by the Fire and Rescue Department that police claim points to foul play, as traces of petrol were found at the crime scene. This led to the arrests of Nasreen's widow and her ex-husband on September 4th, where they were slapped with a 7-day remand order to assist in the investigation. Earlier at the Petaling Jaya Magistrates Court, about 20 to 30 relatives and close friends of the Cradle Fund CEO, Nasreen Hassan's stepsons, gathered at the court complex to peacefully protest against the treatment of the two boys in connection with Nasreen's death. The boys were shoeless, handcuffed and clad in prison clothes during their remand application yesterday. Non-governmental organization activist for Voice of the Children, Dr. Hardini Zainuddin, said that the manner in which the boys were handcuffed and dressed was against the United Nations Code for the Treatment of Minors under the broader framework of the Convention on the Rights of the Child.
That the children are still in handcuffs, that they were wearing prison uniforms, that you have not preserved the dignity of children who have not been charged for a crime, that you treat them as criminals when this has not happened is just wrong.
In Malaysia, the Child Act 2001 also accords for the protection of children and juvenile justice as part of the protective legal environment for children. On Saturday, Nasreen's two stepsons were arrested by the police at 9:30 p.m. at Damantun Dr. Ismail, and on Sunday both boys, aged 16 and 14, were issued a 7-day remand order to assist with Nasreen's murder investigation. A criminal with 6 previous murder cases on record was gunned down by police in a shooting incident in Kemaman at 4:30 a.m. today. The suspect is also believed to have been involved in a shooting incident which led to the death of former Limbat Assemblyman alias Abdullah on October 9, 2015. Kemaman District Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Syed Ibrahim said police were making rounds at the time of the incident when they saw the man acting in a suspicious manner. Muhammad Syed also said, shocked by police presence, the man then fired shots in the direction of the police.
Menjumpai sepucuk pistol semi-automatik jenis Norinco dan pemeriksaan lanjut yang kita jalankan masih lagi di dalam siasatan polis. Kita tidak menjumpai sebarang dokumen pengenalan diri terhadap lelaki tersebut.
His body was brought to the Kemaman Hospital's forensics unit for post-mortem. The director of the Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department is expected to hold a media conference tomorrow to elaborate on the case and the suspect's identity. Kedah police arrested 16 people in a raid on a gambling spot where bidders were gambling on king crab fights, but more than 20 fled the scene into a nearby rubber estate in Kampung Lampam near Pendang in Kedah when police announced their arrival. 20,000 ringgit was also found in their possession. 5 of the suspects were local men, while 3 others were 2 men and a woman of Thai nationality, aged between 26 and 75. According to the Kedah Criminal Investigation Department, the raid was carried out after a month-long intelligence gathering on king crab gambling in the area, where daily bettings were estimated to go up to thousands of ringgit. Police investigation also revealed that gamblers came from Sikh, Padang Terap and Alostar. The case is being investigated under the Common Gaming Houses Act 1953, with all suspects brought to the Pendang District Police Headquarters for further investigation. The Malaysian Armed Forces (MAF) have identified more than 10 secret routes along Sungai Golok, bordering Kelantan and Thailand, believed to have been used for smuggling activities. According to 8th Infantry Brigade Commander Brigadier General Muhammad Huzaimi Sabri, the routes have been active for smuggling since last June and are situated within the areas that are currently being patrolled by military personnel under Operations Op Wawasan and Op Merpati.
Kita cuba tengok trend bagaimana. Selalunya pada trend tahun lepas, kalau masuk musim tergujuh, musim monsun, makin meningkat. Apabila
kehidupan apa?
Kehidupan macam ni lah, benda yang sama jugalah. Common benda-benda ni, beras lah paling tinggi pun.
Kenapa tu?
Apabila musim monsun, dia punya air tu, air sungai akan naik. Bila air sungai naik, memudahkan dia punya pergerakan terus ke tempat-tempat yang dah telah dikenal pasti oleh dia orang untuk meletakkan mambang.
Following the finding, Brigadier General Muhammad Huzaimi has ordered for heightened 24-hour military surveillance and patrol along kilometre 129 from Pangkalan Kubur Tumpat to Jeli. 300 military personnel have been deployed in the Ops Wawasan and Merpati during the rainy season. Since last August, the military have seized a range of smuggled essential items worth 200,000 ringgit in several operations along Sungai Golo. Among the items seized were rice, cooking oil, petrol, frozen chicken, as well as ketum. No arrests were made in the operations which ended last week. Moving on, the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission MCMC today refuted claims that it carried out mass monitoring of any social media or emails. Its acting chairman, Dato Dr. Muhammad Ali Muhammad Noor, said any investigations into social media postings and enforcement action were carried out as a result of complaints or requests by law enforcement agencies. According to Dato Dr. Muhammad Ali, the MCMC does not carry out mass monitoring of any social media or emails. In a statement, he said the government upholds the right to freedom of speech and privacy within the confines of the law, and the MCMC will assist if there is a breach of the law. The clarification came a day after a Facebook post by the Crown Prince of Johor, who alleged that he and his father, Johor ruler Sultan Ibrahim ibn Almarhum Sultan Iskandar, were being monitored. At the same time, the Royal Malaysian Police has refuted claims made by Johor Crown Prince Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim that social media accounts of the Johor royal family are being monitored by the police. In a statement, Inspector General of Police IGP Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun reassured that Johor royals that has never happened. Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi said that he will request an audience with the Johor Sultan to explain the matter. Tunku Ismail had before this claimed that his social media account and that of his father's was spied on by certain individuals using Israeli-made technology. He also claimed that many cyber patrols were placed in the Johor Darul Takzim JDT's football team's social media site. And in other news, Parti Keadilan Rakyat PKR Secretary General Dato Saifuddin Nasution Ismail has confirmed that the announcement on the parliamentary seat to be contested by Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim will be made on Wednesday. This, he said, is pending Dato Sri Anwar's return from Hong Kong, further elaborating that the seat of choice by the party's president-elect would not be any of the northern states.
Sudah. Bukan lagi 3 lah, memang 1 kita dah sehingga semalam dia dah 3, dia dah zoom in jadi 2. Jadi sehari 2 ni masa dia di Hong Kong nanti kok dia fikir okey Saif tinggal 1. Okey lah. Kan ah. Dato' ada kemungkinan ke dekat utara ni? Tidak. Oh, tidak. Tidak. Siapa kata Singapura tadi? Tidak. Selatan atau tengah tu? Selatan atau tengah? Satu kawasan yang insya-Allah sesuai untuk Saudara Anwar lah. Tapi yang pokoknya bukan di utara.
Dato Saifuddin was met after conducting checks post-implementation of the Sales and Services Tax SST in Alustar earlier today. He said Dato Sri Anwar had personally contacted him on this recent development before taking off for Hong Kong last night. Dato Saifuddin further added that he is confident that the outcome of the by-election would be favourable to Dato Sri Anwar and believes that all 3 in the family, Dato Sri Anwar, Dato Sri Wan Azizah Wan Ismail and Nurul Izzah Anwar, would be in Parliament by October. And coming up, Domino's driver battles typhoon Jebi to make delivery on time. These and more after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back. Now let's take a look at our daily segment Clickbait for what's trending and making rounds in the cyber world today. As we all know, Typhoon Jebi made landfall in Japan a couple of days ago, and it has been the worst typhoon the country has suffered in 25 years. But it seems that not even a typhoon this strong can stop this Japanese delivery man from trying to make his deliveries. A clip of this brave, dedicated, and probably not very bright pizza courier uploaded recently has won the internet, garnering over 3 million views.
According to Next Shark, the delivery man was unable to make his delivery as the winds had become so strong that they blew him and his bike to the ground. The viral tweet was followed with many Japanese netizens praising the driver's sense of duty and responsibility, but blamed Domino's for sending out their employees during these hazardous and dangerous times. Here is another video reportedly taken in Osaka of what can only be assumed to be the same delivery man being soundly defeated, but reportedly manages to find temporary shelter in an apartment block.
In the era of the new Malaysia, major efforts are being done to provide a comfortable life for the rakyat. But in every situation, any problems that arise have to be looked at from its roots in order to effectively resolve it. Most of us demand better conditions, but are we really playing our part towards a better, cleaner Malaysia? Here's one example. On September 8th, the Royal Malaysian Air Force, TUDM, held an open day at the Butterworth Air Force Base in Pulau Pinang in conjunction with their 60th anniversary. And of course, such events brought thousands of visitors from around Penang and Kedah and was concluded as a success. But sadly, things didn't look as great after the open day wrapped up, as countless pieces of rubbish were left scattered across the airbase. According to a Facebook page, the MC had repeatedly urged members of the public to discard any garbage at the bins prepared, but many turned a deaf ear. Netizens were outraged and quick to condemn the act, calling it a massive shame, as many claimed that despite having foreign visitors, most of the litterers were Malaysians. Some even reckoned that vendors should not be invited to such events in the future. Sadly, in the end, it was the TUDM staff who had to pick up all the rubbish. It was understood that the commander of the airbase too showed up to clean the area. This event alone has shown just how irresponsible and terrible some Malaysians are, not to mention a huge disrespect towards the TUDM. And now updated as of 7 p.m, here are the top trending topics and searches on the internet today. Alibaba co-founder and chairman Jack Ma Yun confirmed in an open letter on Monday that he will step down from his role at the head of the e-commerce giant in 1 year's time, with company CEO Daniel Zhang Yong set to take over as chairman of the board. In a letter titled Happy Teacher's Day, which was celebrated across China on Monday, the former teacher Ma said he would retire on September 10, 2019, upon the 20th anniversary of Alibaba's founding. The Chinese billionaire also unveiled a transition strategy to pave the way for younger executives to take over at the helm of the group. Ma said he will remain as executive chairman while spending more time doing charity and educational work after having worked as an English teacher before he established the world's largest e-commerce platform of Taobao.com back in 1999. During the 19 years of Alibaba's development, the company has expanded into a $420 billion e-commerce empire with cashless payments, cloud computing, logistics, health and entertainment all listed among its achievements, as it has been a pioneer of major global technology trends. Sahili Abdan, or Namron's latest film, To Jagger, is reportedly facing a boycott by members of the Royal Malaysian Police, PDRM, due to the portrayal of corruption practices among its enforcement personnel that is being featured in the film. Although the boycott is not an official order, according to sources, many enforcement personnel have agreed to not support the film by refraining from promoting, watching, or even encouraging family members to watch it. The film revolves around the story of illegal immigrants who are victims of syndicates linked to corrupt enforcement officers, including the police. Producer Bron Palare was apparently shocked to hear about the boycott and did not expect such a move from the police. He claimed that the PDRM had been very supportive from the beginning and that he had even gotten the approval from Bukit Aman for the script before the movie was screened. Bron said he had hoped that the film would be seen as a form of support to the police in their daily challenges facing rampant corrupt practices in the country. Moving on, residents in the surrounding areas of Klang, Kuala Langat, Sepang, Kuala Selangor and Sabak Bernam have been advised to take precautionary measures following the high tide phenomenon expected to hit several districts in Selangor. So far, the 5 districts have been placed on high-level alert to brace for the possibility of floods due to the phenomenon, especially if it is coupled with strong winds and heavy rain. The sea level is also expected to reach up to 5.4 meters along the coastal areas in Selangor, beginning today until September 12th.
The high tide occurrence affecting several western coastal states in peninsular Malaysia is due to the impact of gravitational force between the Earth and the Moon. This happens when the Moon is parallel to the Earth in the orbit position or when the Moon is full. The phenomenon, however, is described as a normal monthly occurrence. The impact of the high tide would be more serious if it collides with large waves, accompanied by strong winds and heavy rain, resulting in the overflowing of seawater onto the mainland, thus causing further damage to properties, plants, and the risk of loss of life. Residents living at high-risk areas are advised to comply with instructions by the authorities for their own safety.
More after the break, suicide car bomb kills 6 in Somalia capital. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. On to foreign news. In France, 7 people, including 2 British tourists, were wounded in central Paris on Sunday after a knife-wielding man started attacking people outside a cinema. 4 of the victims were in critical condition, and the suspect is believed to be a 36-year-old Afghan national. Chaos erupted on the banks of the Bassin de la Villette, an area popular with locals and visitors who frequent the cinemas and other cultural venues along its banks just after 11 p.m. Eyewitnesses reported that during the attack, people nearby had attempted to stop the suspect by throwing balls at him. According to authorities, the suspect had serious mental health problems and had been on a terror watch list since 2016. The incident occurred just days after an Afghan asylum seeker was arrested in the town of Perigu over a drunken rampage with a knife in which 4 people were wounded, 1 seriously. However, there was no indication of terror, while the motive for the violence remains under investigation. Paris has been the site of several large-scale terror attacks in the last few years, though there have been no major attacks since 2015. A suicide car bomb rammed into a local government office in Somalia's capital on Monday, killing at least 6 people in an attack claimed by Al-Qaeda-linked group Al-Shabaab. Witnesses said that a speeding 4x4 car came out of nowhere and drove into the district office, causing a massive explosion that sent debris flying in huge clouds of smoke above the city. A few seconds later, gunfire ensued. Authorities expect the death toll to rise as at least 16 people were severely injured. The attack follows a week after a suicide car bomb destroyed another district office in the same city. The extremist militant group has frequently carried out attacks in the capital and other areas since the army pushed it out of the capital in 2011. And now in Swedish politics, the country woke up to political uncertainty and headlines predicting chaos following an election on Sunday that saw no clear winner after it left the 2 main parliamentary blocs tied, but well short of a majority. At the current moment, a protracted battle to form a working coalition looks certain. With nearly all ballots counted, the governing centre-left coalition headed by outgoing MP Stephen Loven is marginally ahead of its centre-right alliance rivals with around 40% each. The nationally Sweden Democrats, SD, have won about 18% of the vote, up from 12.9% in the previous election. With the current dead heat, Alliance opposition leader Ulf Kristersson has called on Loven to step down. Loven, however, said early on Monday he would remain in office in the coming weeks and called for cooperation across the political divide. With 99% of votes counted, neither of the leading alliances have reached the threshold of 175 seats, which is needed to govern. Loven's bloc holds 144 seats and the alliance holds one less. Overseas votes have not yet been counted, so final results are not expected until Wednesday. Miss New York, Nia Franklin, was crowned Miss America 2019 on Sunday. The nearly century-old competition made news earlier this year after it announced that it would drop its well-known swimsuit competition this year and would no longer judge contestants based on their physical appearance. The visuals wrap up 7 edition tonight. I'm Muhammad Ahmad Hamdan. Thanks for watching and have a lovely evening.
More birdie.